Welcome to tonight's ball game between Eagan Wildcats and Apple Valley Eagles, and we've got a game set here for tonight. A couple of teams, Dan, that are struggling to kind of find their way this season.
That's right, Pat. I see that Eagan's number 8 in the conference right now, and Apple Valley number 9 out of a 10-team conference. And here we go.
So this has got a little bit of conference implications right now. I know that the team that's right above Dan, right above Eagan, is playing. Prior Lake is playing, I believe, Shakopee tonight. And so if Shakopee can kind of beat them tonight, then and Eagan can beat Apple Valley tonight, then we're kind of moving up one spot in the conference there over Prior Lake.
All right, Eagan with the rebound on the missed shot, coming back down.
So this is Pat Dorsey with Dan Hoke on my left, and Eagan here, Carruthers with George Anderson up on the point. Heads over to Madigan in the corner. Back up to Carruthers. Working good patience here, Dan, by the Wildcats. Ali Joffrey cutting around on the free throw line. Here's Madigan, weaving the outside. Not a lot of inside motion at this point. We got to kind of cut through this perimeter defense. Carruthers here, picks up his dribble, denied on the outside on the defensive pressure. George Anderson hits over to Ali Joffrey down the corner, looks inside for Logan, but nothing there. Defended nicely by the Eagles. Liam, this is probably the longest possession I've seen Eagan have in the year here, Dan.
It is.
Hand him the ball.
Apple Valley really working the man-to-man defense.
Long shot by Carruthers, but Joffrey with an offensive rebound, battling around, still battling, and he's going to get called for a travel. There was a lot of reach-ins on that play, but Joffrey did a nice job getting that rebound, but then with the defensive pressure by the Eagles, he moved an extra foot here and got called for the travel. Crossing the timeline, that's Spates. Number 4 is Ewald. Ewald's one of their leading rebounders, number 4. Actually one of the top rebounders in the state, according to our statistician on my right here, Dan. Bill Bernard's helping us out tonight on the stats. Rebound, Eagan. Hands it off to George Anderson, crossing the timeline. Working against Spates. Curl cut there on Carruthers, but stolen away by number 15, King, and he's going to the rim hard with the rims out, but he's going to draw the foul and get 2 free throws. King will go to the line in the early goings. No score yet.
Pat, we have a number of sponsors behind the video presentation tonight. I'll start with the Twin Cities Orthopedic and Training House sponsoring this free throw break. Platinum sponsors, multi-year sponsor, TCO, is a trusted resource for some of the biggest names in the sports. They bring the same level of care to athletes of all ages to our communities too. Training House, powered by TCO, is a sports performance and recovery facility. All right, back to the game.
King puts the board, gets the Eagles on the board, 1-0 here in the early goings. Carruthers got Joffrey, now Madigan. Back up on top. Good pressure wings on the defensive side. 17-footer by Logan Schmidt, rims off. Rebound Eagles. Here come the Eagles. Quickly ahead in the front court. Good transition defense by the Wildcats. Here's Ewald going strong to the rim and gets tipped out of bounds. Going to stay with Apple Valley.
You know, Coach McKenzie said number 4, Ewald, gave them a lot of problems in the last game. He is averaging 11 points a game.
11 points a game, and I think he's averaging quite a bit of rebounds too, according to Bill Bernard on our stats. 3-pointer by 2-pointer. Foot was on the line by Wyant. Number 2. Here comes the Wildcats. Good defensive pressure out on the perimeter. Liam Madigan cutting to the lane, baseline hard. Ball is fumbled away by Logan and picked up by Apple Valley Cunningham. Another three-pointer by Wyatt, rims off. Schmidt with a big rebound. And we'll walk it up here in the early goings. Eagan still is yet to score here, 4-0. Madigan hands it off to Carruthers. 15-foot jumper pull-up, no good. Madigan gets the offensive rebound, but tipped away. Picked up by Spates. Spates back over to 15, Kang. Now we got Kang up on the top. Another long three-pointer by King, no good. And Logan with another rebound. That's, I think, his third. George Anderson with the left-hand driving layup, no good. Tips around. And Cunningham picks it up. Up to Ewald on the right wing. Ewald working around Jaffrey, tries to get a step on him. Good defensive pressure there. Spates, Cunningham, Ewald for three, rims out, and we got Madigan with a rebound. And here comes George Anderson crossing the timeline, quickly ahead to Jaffrey, inside post feed. We got to get it to the big man inside, dribbles it off of Ewald's.
Logan Schmidt had terrific position.
Yeah, he did. He ran the floor, and it's nice to get the ball inside, Dan, when the big men run the floor like that. George Anderson kicked it ahead to Madigan pretty quickly, and then he hit the post right off the bat. But he put the ball on the floor, and that's how it got tipped out of bounds.
Could come back to that. Eagan has some height advantage in this game.
Quick three-pointer on the out of bounds was Carruthers, rims off. Ball out of bounds, but looks like we're going to stay with Eagan here on the sideline.
Eagan still running the dribble drive type of offense against the man-to-man. Swinging it and handing it off.
Oh, nice inside post, working
There's
against
a nice
Ewald.
matchup.
Logan spin drives under the rim, reverse layup for Logan. Schmidt getting the Wildcats on the board here. Now the dribble drive, the goal of the dribble drive is to make the defense chase you. And right now what Apple Valley is doing is they're switching everything on the perimeter, and they're just kind of waiting for the Wildcats to come versus chasing them. So they're kind of beating to the slot right now. We'll see what happens on the adjustments by McKenzie. Busley now in there for the Wildcats. Another turnaround jump hook by the big man inside. If we can feed the horse inside, Dan, I think we're going to be in good shape.
I like that. It's a clear mismatch. Clear advantage to Eagan on the inside tonight.
Well, they've got Ewald guarding Logan Schmidt. Ewald is 6'4", and he's a decent, strong-looking kid, but he is not the physical body that Logan Schmidt is. And it's interesting that McKenzie started both big men. I have not seen that lineup here this year with Logan Schmidt and Ali Jaffrey starting.
Nice three-point play for Eagan. Back down the court to Apple Valley.
Wildcats find themselves with a 1-point lead, 5-4 here with 12.5 minutes to go. In the early goings, Logan Schmidt has really established himself defensively, gets him tipped out of bounds here, created that turnover, but he's got 3 boards on the other side, and he's got all 5 points of the Wildcats. George Anderson crosses timeline. Busley, now we got Owen Ford over there in the game now. Logan Schmidt dribbles over, backdoor cut, good defense. And now we got Busley on the top. Good pressure defense by Ocharo, number 1 for the Eagles. Logan Schmidt hands it off to Busley, little give and go, powers it in, turns around, left hand hook, and here we go again, number 55.
Nice
the big man, 7 points for Logan. Let's keep going. He's got the hot pony. Let's feed him.
You know, Pat, back in January, Wildcats beat the Eagles by 10. And as a follow-up, one of the things that Coach Buchanan of Apple Valley said he's most concerned about tonight with Eagan was how can they match the toughness and grit from that last game. Looks like Eagan's going right back at him with some height and some size and some physicality.
Yeah, I wish we had an instant replay on this one. I don't know that we do, but I felt like Logan Schmidt was set on this charge. However, I don't know where his feet were. If his feet are inside that circle, it's an automatic defensive foul. But if his feet were on the outside of that circle and under the basket, then I think that was a charge. What did you see on that, Dan?
Yeah, it was a tight one for sure, Pat.
Yeah. But if he would have taken a charge, I mean, what does this kid not do, right? Is he scoring the points, getting the assists, getting the rebounds, and now taking charges? Are you kidding me?
He's off to a fast start.
He is having a great start to the game. Hopefully it continues, and I think it will. Good pressure defense by Apple Valley. Here we go, weaving out on the top. Busley, he's going to get called for a foul. Fouls on number 41, Tavion Gardner. That'll be his first substitution here coming in for Apple Valley. Also number 5, Cowan, is in there now. On the floor for Eagan is Anderson, Busley, Carruthers, Schmidt, and Ford. Logan working around, working his left hand, turn around, gets double teamed on that one. Nice double team there by Cowan, digging down on him, causing a little bit of a problem for Logan, getting some space there on that shot. Apple Valley, Ewald up on top. Back to Ewald on the wing. Kang. Ochoro. Little weave of their own, Apple Valley does. On the top of the key, Kang, little fancy dribbling, gets to the lane, kicks it out. Number 5, three-pointer. Cowan rims off, battling for the rebound. Tipped around, picked up by number 41, Gardner, and then he saves it off of Ford's legs, and it'll stay with Apple Valley. 7-7 here, 10 minutes to go here in the half. It's a good defensive battle here. Eagan's showing a lot of patience that I really enjoy. Nice trap up on the top by Logan Schmidt and Busley. Broken well by number 5, Cowan. Gets it to Kang. Kang weaving. Now we got Ewald. Ewald driving with the right hand. Hands it off to the corner. Now we got post feed inside. 41 left hand hook, and that's going to find the hole. Gardner over Logan Schmidt. I'm glad Logan didn't try and block that shot, because he might have picked up a foul, and that would have been 2 on him, and we can't get him on the bench with 2 fouls.
Nice play by Gardner for Apple Valley.
Yep. Alano Maturo now in for the Wildcats. Three-pointer. Busley no good. Gardner with a big strong rebound. And Cowan will bring it across the timeline. He's got Ewald on the top. Kang, guarded by New. Back over on the left wing. Cowan, now Ewald. Ewald working against Busley. Nearly a reach-in foul, no call. Kang with a deep 3. Rims off, good rebound. Nice box out by both Alano Maturo and Logan Schmidt. His fourth rebound by Logan. He's taking care of business in the paint.
Apple Valley still in the man-to-man defense.
Busley top. Ford weaving around. He's got Maturo now working against Cowan. Kicks it back out to Busley. It'd be nice to get Busley a couple of free looks. Busley does not miss many shots. Maturo with a runner, baseline runner, no good. Rebound blocked by Ewald.
Eagan all over the boards.
Yeah, they are getting on him. So offensive rebound by Logan Schmidt, but his follow was blocked by Ewald. Tipped out of bounds, that'll stay with Eagan. We got some substitutions here. Jack Hansen will come in for the game for Logan Schmidt. Had some great minutes there in the first half. And 31, Liam Madigan will come in for Eagan.
Relatively low-scoring game so far. A lot of clock running, not a lot of breaks.
We had Liam Madigan, but he stopped before he got to the rim. I think he was trying to do a curl cut, and then all of a sudden he changed his direction. Liam Madigan, sophomore. Got Ford, New now on the left side, and Maturo. He'll reset. Ford working against Wyant. Good pressure defense. Liam gets to the elbow, tipped out of bounds by Apple Valley, number 5, that's Cowan, tips it out of bounds. It'll stay with Eagan. Turo leading some directions up top. Over to Ford. Nearly stolen away, picked up by Maturo in the corner. And we'll reset with Ford up on the top. Got New cutting in the left-hand lane. Spin dribble, Maturo. A little too hard, and we're going to get an open court foul on New. Probably a good foul, because I think Wyant would have had an easy layup if that wasn't a foul.
It's only 3 team fouls on Eagan, only 2 in Apple Valley at the halfway point here of the first half.
You mentioned that, Dan, earlier. This has been pretty well played, even though it's a low-scoring game. That's the first turnover on both teams. That turnover of Eagan just now, that was the first one. Usually by this time, there's a handful. Wyant for 3, rims in and out. Carruthers with a nice rebound, working against Gardner. He's quickly ahead in the front court. Finds New in the corner for 3, and he got it. Elias New puts 3 on the board.
Big shot.
Good transition offense. Carruthers gets it ahead of the timeline quickly and finds New in the corner. Cutting in through the lane is Ewald. Leaves his feet, but he gets fouled, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Hey, Pat, while we have a break here, we'll do another sponsorship. Tradition Mortgage, gold sponsor. Tom Busley is second year. Tom's son Max is a sophomore on the JV team. His daughters Ellie and Drew play on the girls varsity team. If you're looking for a new home or looking to refinance your home or your mortgage, check out the team at Tradition Mortgage and Tom Busley.
George Anderson and Ali Jaffrey are coming back into the game. Nice minutes by Maturo and New. Wildcats up by 1. Ewald looking to tie here, 10-9. Ewald's second shot is also good, and we're all tied up here with just under 7 minutes to go. And we got Kane coming back into the game for Apple Valley.
You know, Coach McKenzie was very impressed with Kane on the perimeter last time around. He said keep an eye out for him on the perimeter. He's back in the game.
Yeah, he wanted to put the ball on the floor and get to the rim. You could tell that in the first rotation when he was in there. Quick 3 by Madigan off the mark. Kang with the rebound, and he's coming on the right side. He wants to penetrate. You can kind of tell he's always looking at that rim, and he wants to go. Good ball reversal by the Eagles. Penetration, hard power move inside by Cunningham.
Nice rebound.
On the right side, kicks it back out to Carruthers.
Pat, I'm feeling a little momentum here for the Wildcats.
If we can get a bucket here, I think you're right, Dan. 6 minutes to go, tied 10-10. Carruthers had a nice little move. Kicks it over to Joffrey, back to Carruthers. He's got Liam now. Over to George Anderson on that left side. Carruthers for 3, that left-handed shot. We've seen that drop many times. Missed the mark this time. Another offensive rebound by Eagan. That's the 3rd offensive rebound by Eagan.
Boy, Apple Valley is really slowing down the number of shots this half, making Eagan work for it, swinging it on the perimeter.
They're really doing a nice job on the offside, help side. They're really they're denying that ball reversal that Eagan really likes to do.
Timeout, Apple Valley.
Apple Valley takes timeout, full timeout for the Eagles.
Full timeout, Pat. Hey, it's 10-10, halfway through. Let me go ahead and announce another sponsorship, and I'll come back to you in just a moment. I do want to mention Eagan Travel Basketball as a gold sponsor. All you young kids out there looking for a place to get started, check out Eagan Travel Basketball. Many of the boys on the court began their basketball careers playing with Eagan Travel Basketball. These boys will be the future of Wildcat varsity basketball. Also, want to mention Ansari's Restaurant, a new sponsor of Eagan boys basketball. Thanks to Dave and Ansari's. Ansari's is the home of the great Mediterranean food in Eagan. Come for the food and stay for the show. Ansari's Restaurant.
So, Dan, you played high school basketball, you played college football, you had a cup of coffee with the San Diego Chargers. You must have had seasons that Mackenzie has had this year. Mackenzie has been one of those seasons where things are just uncontrollable as far as injury and sickness. He's lost so many players, and how do teams bounce back from that, or what happens in teams like Mackenzie's having this year as far as not having their guys?
That's really tough, Pat, because of course your plans are disrupted. But the positive side of that is that they've had a lot of players get into games at maybe younger grades and get some experience and playing time, which in the end is strengthening their bench, and they could make a run for it here in the last third of the season with that depth.
And even though we've got 5 seniors on the team, and they're contributing seniors for sure, and with the loss of them, but to what you're saying is that it's just making the younger kids and getting them experience. So if we make a run this year or not, next year it's going to be a little bit different. We've got some experience and we're ready to go. But I just look at this team. You know, the leading point scorers, we got Emmanuel Schmitter, Oscar Kazan, and Austin Carruthers. 2 out of those 3 guys are hurt, and we're not going to see Oscar back with a broken foot. He just had surgery yesterday, and so he's out for the season. So 2 out of your 3 leading scorers are out. Emmanuel is going to be coming back next week. The rebounders, Emmanuel, Logan Schmidt, and Oscar. 2 out of your 3 here again on your rebounders are out. Assists per game, Eric Foreman tore his ACL last week, and so he's out for the season. He's a senior captain. Emmanuel Schmitter, Foreman, and George Anderson are their leading assist getters, and 2 out of those 3 guys are out. And then their 3-point made people are Austin Carruthers, Emmanuel Schmitter, and Alano Maturo, whereas Alano Maturo just came back today after 1 practice. He's been hurt. It's just, I mean, my heart goes out to Mackenzie is just there's no stability there with your leaders of your team, and what your point is when one person is out, it's another person's opportunity, and I think that's what's happening with these kids. Eagan sitting back in a 2-3 zone. We haven't seen that for a while. Kahn with a long 3-pointer, rims off. George Anderson, the 5-footer, gets the big rebound inside, huh?
Love it.
I love George. Left-hander, kicks it out to the other left-hander. Austin Carruthers, no good. Another rebound by Logan Schmidt. He's got 5 rebounds, finds himself under the basket, but kicks it out to Carruthers. 1 pass, Madigan rims off. Do we get another offensive rebound? Ford battling in there, bodies on the ground, and we're going to get a jump ball. It's going to go to the Eagles, but great hustle there by Blue.
Yeah, the bad news is that right now neither team has a very high shooting percentage, but the good news is that for Egan's misses, they're getting a fair amount of offensive boards and getting second chances.
I would also say I feel like Eagan is getting better shots. Would you agree with that?
Their shots are looking good. I'm going to say I've got to believe they're going to start to fall.
Yeah, I think we're getting more open shots, whereas I think Apple Valley has been taking long open shots or contested shots.
Right now, this low-scoring game, though, I think is in Apple Valley's favor.
I would agree. They're not as, well, Mackenzie plays a lot of guys, and so that could help Eagan in the long run, too. Inside, stolen away, tipped off. George has got it. He's coming across, 3-on-2. Finds Ford in the corner, 3-pointer. Another one rimmed off. Battling, Wyant picks up the loose ball. Ford nearly gets his hands in there. Wyant here on the left side. Ewald at the top of the key.
Now, he's a double-digit scorer, and he hasn't really got on track yet tonight. So.
Talking about Wyant or
Ewald?
Ewald,
Ewald, number 4. I'm not sure he's looking to break out, but credit to Egan's defense.
Churro now here on the offensive side, over to Cowan. Stolen away by Busley.
Second turnover in a row.
Inside post feed, dribbles it out of bounds, but it was tipped. Ewald didn't love the call. He felt like Logan just dribble it out of bounds, but it was tipped out of bounds by Apple Valley nonetheless.
Pat, we've only had 2 minutes left in the half, so you know that's critical as you think about which team's going to finish with the momentum here. It's still tied up. Who's going to make the run in the last 2 minutes?
Busley going hard to the basket, reaching, fouled by Ewald. As soon as Bill Bernard said that that was our first turnover, I feel like, Bill, we've had about 5 since, haven't we?
13 foul teams.
Oh, there's a nice,
wide open.
Nice inbounds play, and Logan Schmidt. That's what happens when you can switch. You know, Apple Valley is switching everything. If Logan can set some screens, he will be able to flash the rim and get some easy baskets like he just did on the inbounds play there by Eagan. 2-3 zone again, baseline runner, rims around, offensive rebound Apple Valley, picked back by Zero. Emilio Patterson, inside bucket over the big man, 55, Logan Schmidt. 12-12, just over a minute to go here in the half. Not a huge high-scoring game, but it's been dominated by the defensive side of the ball. Apple Valley has been switching all screens, and it's causing some just kind of delays, I think, of what Eagan wants to do. George Anderson gets to the rim, tipped around, out of bounds. It's going to be a last touched by Logan Schmidt. And McKenzie was giving some instructions to George Anderson. You know, maybe that was a little too quick going against 2 or 3 guys there on that penetration, but George saw something. He did get the shot off, but didn't quite get it off the glass in time to get the bucket.
You know, Pat, Eagan had the size advantage early in this first half. Sort of lost that advantage, and credit to Apple Valley's defense. Been able to keep the ball out of the middle. See if Eagan comes back to that before the end of the half.
50 seconds here to go in the half, and 2-3 zone stolen away by Carruthers, and we got to pick up a foul there by Wyant as Carruthers will go into the layup. It's a forced foul, team foul, so it'll be sideline out of bounds. I'm impressed with the defense there by Apple Valley because they're pressuring and they're not fouling yet.
That's right. A lot of times you'll see teams get sloppy with their pressure and end up reaching and hacking.
And Wyant just fouled that one just to prevent it off a full court layup. Inside turnaround, jump hook, no good. Rebound King, he's got 25 seconds. Quickly ahead to Wyant, tips out of his hands, off his head, and goes out of bounds. We dodged the bullet on that one.
I wonder if we can go to our statistician here quick and see if we have a turnover count for Apple Valley.
Bill Bernard here on my right with the stats. Turnovers, Bill. How many Apple Valley turnovers do we got? Seems more than that. Maybe it's loose balls and they haven't turned into turnovers. 10 seconds to go, and we got a timeout. McKenzie with 8.4 to go, 12-12, once he hit that last shot.
All right, Pat, let me mention a couple sponsorships for Eagan boys basketball. We have Rami Carmont, our Caldwell Banker Realtor. Multi-year sponsor, Rami the Realtor. He lives in our community. Consider him for your home sale or purchase. Also want to mention Dunn Brothers. First-year sponsor, conveniently located near the high school. Stop by on your way to or from the games, or stop by on your way to work or running errands. They'd love to have you stop in. Dunn Brothers Coffee. All right, back to you, Pat.
So 8 seconds to go in the half. Talking about your momentum, Dan, if Eagan can get a buzzer beater here, going to the locker room, up 14-12. There's George in the corner for 3, rims off, still a buzzer, put back. Now we got Austin Carruthers with an offensive rebound just in front of the buzzer, and they're going to count it for sure. And that'll take us to the locker room, 14-12. And so, Dan, what do you think of this half? What stood out at you?
Pat, I've got a couple things that I would say. You think about what a great night it is to be here on a Friday night. High school basketball, cold outside, and enjoying the two teams, Apple Valley and Eagan. I'm impressed by the defense for both teams. I think that's reflected in the low score. Eagan 14, Apple Valley 12. Low fouls, so you can see they're hustling. With that, I would also say there's a number of missed shots, so that tells me that there's an opportunity for one of these teams to get hot in the second half. I'm reminded that Eagan won by 10 points about a month or so ago, so the teams know each other well. So Pat, with that being said, you've been a college basketball player, high school basketball coach. What would you be saying as you took your team into halftime?
If I'm Eagan, I would say that keep up what we're doing. So they're getting open shots, and they are going to drop in the second half. Law of averages are going to say that they're going to fall. Carruthers isn't going to miss shots. Busley's not going to miss shots. Get the ball inside, because that inside touch, and if Logan Schmidt is going to score, great. If not, he's going to kick it out, and that three-point shot is a little bit easier when it comes from the kick out of the post. And so I'd say keep doing that. They are switching that cross that Eagan likes to do, and I think they want to just kind of cut back, do some back doors on that overplay. That might be available. I really like what McKenzie's doing, playing the two bigs, Lee Joffrey and Logan Schmidt. I think that's causing some problems with Apple Valley. And I like what he's doing defensively. He's going man-to-man, and he switched up to finish the half at his own. And I think Apple Valley was really struggling with finding an identity in that half.
That's right.
They weren't really sure. There wasn't really a flow to their game, whereas I thought Eagan had a good flow. We just didn't make the shots, and I think that'll come in the second half. But we will be back. We are at halftime, 14-12. Eagan leads by 2. We will be back in 8 minutes to finish the half. We are back here for the second half. Eagan finds himself with a 2-point lead, 14-12. Not a lot of scoring here in the first half.
If you like defense, this is the game for you so far.
Yeah, you know, I really like I like both sides of the ball defensively. Eagan is getting better shots. I think they're getting what they want more. Their offensive rebounding is better. But Eagan's defense is really pushing the Apple Valley Eagles further away from the basket. I think they're a little bit more productive. Whereas I think in the second half, I think Eagan's going to drop a few of these shots and loosen them up, and we're going to go. Here's Ford, inside post. We got to get that touch right now. Logan turns, faces, kicks out to Busley, looks for the shot. No. Kang defended well. Here's Carruthers, pump fakes outside. Got Ford on the top of the key. Nice ball screen there by Logan Schmidt. George Anderson fighting the way up on the top. Finds Busley. Crossover dribble. Here's Carruthers. Over to Ford. Now Anderson. Bounce pass in. Backdoor cut. George to the basket, and he's going to draw the foul. And that was nice two-ball basketball. First of all, it started with a great reversal and a good post feed and a nice cut off that post on that foul.
Hey, Pat, as a fan, one of the things I really like to see is coming out in the second half, what kind of adjustments the coaches are making with the teams. What did you see there for Eagan?
Well, I saw an immediate interest of getting a post touch. Logan touched it 3 times on 3 different post feeds. And I think that's where McKenzie's conversation probably was in the locker room. George Anderson picks up one of those 2 free throws and got a 3-point lead just in the early goings of the second half. Back in that 2-3 zone by the Wildcats. Wyan up top finds Gardner on the top of the key. Inside for Gardner, King inside post, kicks it out to Wyatt for 3, rims around, no good. That was a good look by Wyatt. Baseball pass ahead to Carruthers, and Busley will reset. That Carruthers just couldn't keep his hands on the ball. Kane goes strong to the basket, and it was blocked by Carruthers in the transition defense, and tips out of bounds there by Wildcats. It'll be Apple Valley ball.
Apple Valley still looking for their identity here in the game. What is going to be their identity? Get some offense going. What do you think, Pat? What do you see that's feasible for them coming out of that first half?
I don't know. They look like they're a little bit. The zone defense is causing them problems, but they get a little inside touch. If Ewald can get involved with the offense, I think they'll be fine. So maybe that's what they're looking to do, get some touches in the paint to Ewald, and whether he's going to score or dump it off to Gardner like he did, that's going to get him a bucket throughout the second half. So that was probably an adjustment that Apple Valley is get the ball to Ewald in the paint during this 2-3 zone. Here's Logan Schmidt, pump fakes, gets Gardner above the rim, and
nice move.
Makes the move with a left-hand layup, finds the rim, 17-14 Eagan with just under 16 minutes to go. Nice trap here by Busley, and Ford gets out of it. Now it's stolen away. Anderson quick ahead to Carruthers. Off the rim, no good. Blocked by Kane, gets his own rebound though. Logan Schmidt with an offensive rebound, powers it up on a left-hand reverse layup, and Apple Valley survives that transition offense.
Seem to have a little more energy starting this half.
A little transition buckets here. Both teams.
Both teams, yeah.
Gardner kicks it out to King, no good. Logan Schmidt with another rebound. He's got to be Bill up to 6 or 7 rebounds. 6, yeah. Busley misses that corner 3, and Spates with an offensive rebound goes all the way to the rim. He'll get a foul on George Anderson up front on the floor.
Looked a little bit like Charles Barkley, head down, was going to be determined to get all the way to the rim there.
Yeah, he was protecting the ball pretty well. Draws the foul out on the perimeter. Spates, point guard, guarded by Anderson. Looks like it's a kind of a 1-3-1 start look by Eagan, another different defense. Battling for an offensive rebound. Wyand hasn't hit shots. He's one of their top 3-point shooters as well. He hasn't found his stroke tonight. Rebound tipped out of bounds by Eagan, and we got Apple Valley ball. King on the right wing corner. Working the baseline, cut off, nice help side, nearly stolen away, but Gardner picks it up at the elbow. Working against Logan Schmidt, spin move, good help by Ford, tipped away by Wyant, and George Anderson picks it up. And he's going to be fouled in the transition offense by Wyant, and Wyant might have 3 fouls here.
Apple Valley foul number 2, Tim Wyant, his 3rd, second team foul.
So he's going to go to the bench with 3 fouls, 2 quick ones here in the second half. George Anderson running the offense here. Stolen away up front on that crossover dribble, and we've got a turnover.
I like that.
No, it's going to stay with Eagan. Looked like he went off the foot of Apple Valley.
Used a little bit of foot deflection in his defense.
Yeah, so it was a kick ball. We're not going to reset the shot clock this year, but next year we will reset the clock, shot clock on that call. Backdoor cut forward, couldn't handle the pass. A little bit behind Owen Ford, but I like the offense. I like the aggressiveness going to the rim there by Owen Ford. George just couldn't hit him.
A little full court pressure, Pat.
Man to man, George versus Spates. George Anderson. Run and jump trap. Finds Ewald in the paint. Throws it out of bounds, but it looks like it was tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with Apple Valley. Eagan took care of the basketball pretty well in the first half, but in the early minutes of the second half, they've got 2 turnovers already, according to Bill Bernard, stat guy. This is Pat Dorsey calling the game here for Eagan Wildcats. Alongside of me is Dan Hoke, my partner, and then Bill Bernard on stats. 3-pointer on that left wing, comes from the baseline post.
All tied up.
That's Achoro getting that 3-pointer, 17-17. Busley working around, nearly stolen away. Finds Logan Schmidt as a release. Nearly stolen away on that backside by King, and we're gonna get a jump ball. I didn't think there was a tie-up, but that's what ref says. We clearly have a much better angle than the ref, being that we're 75 yards away, Dan, right?
That's right. All right, here we go the other way. Apple Valley with the ball.
Spates working against Maturo. Maturo in. Run and jump by Madigan. Nearly stolen away, but King picks it up. Jack Hansen couldn't corral the rebound. Tips off his hands, goes out of bounds. That'll stay with Apple Valley.
With that big halftime adjustment with that half-court trap. What do you think you're trying to accomplish when you put that kind of pressure on? What is a coach looking to do?
Well, I think sometimes kids want to think that a trap means we're going to steal it, but I think a big win in a full court press is the wrong guy takes the wrong shot at the wrong time. I think that's what we're looking for with Eagan. Nice baseline penetration to Churro. No help side defense there on Eagan, and gets the basket. And Eagan finds themselves down by 2 for the first time in this game. Carruthers working on that right wing, goes all the way to the baseline, or all the way to the middle of the paint, and he draws the foul. Got a couple substitutions in. Madigan goes out. New comes in. New hit a 3-pointer earlier in the first half. So we got Jack Hansen, Maturo, New, Owen, and Carruthers. Maturo working against Cohen there on that right side. Carruthers baseline. Maturo finds Carruthers for a little kickback 3, no good. New with an offensive rebound, gives it back off to Carruthers. Ford over to New. Now we got Maturo on the point. Good ball reversal here by Eagan. Crossover dribble. Carruthers tipped from behind. That's Ochuro. He was beat, but he got his hands on the ball as it was tipped out of bounds there by Apple Valley. Let's watch, see if Jack can set a screen and get a big switch and go right to the rim. Jack, oh, he had him, but he didn't go to the rim. When that Apple Valley guy switch under the basket, he can slip that screen and go right to the rim, Dan, and get a bucket. I was hoping Jack would have done that. Maybe he'll see that next time. Patterson with a rebound. He's a big kid for Apple Valley. Kicks it out for three. Here we go. Apple Valley's heating up. That's Justin Cowan there off the bench for a three-pointer. We got a timeout on the floor. Right at the 12-minute mark. Apple Valley takes that timeout. 17-22 at the 12-minute mark.
I'd like to recognize some of our sponsors for Eagan Boys Basketball. Never Sleep Athletics. New sponsor, Coach Cornell Pillow. Never Sleep Athletics is a skills and development training program. Their mission is to teach, enhance, and create new and effective ways to become an elite basketball player. I'd also like to recognize the sponsor, Trail Stop Tavern, longtime sponsor of Eagan Athletics. Lou and the Trail Stop crew will take care of you before or after the game. Located at the end of Diffley and Highway 3.
Very good. So we're coming out of the locker room. Apple Valley's making the first run. 22-17. Apple Valley with 12 minutes to go. We got to stop this run here. Maturo, Ford, Carruthers, Hanson, and New on the floor for Eagan. Ball reversal nearly stolen away. Goes out of bounds. That's going to go to Apple Valley. Good defensive pressure by number 22. That's Jaden Cunningham. He overplayed New on that side. Got a tip, and then it double tipped off of New and out of bounds.
For all the Eagan Wildcat fans out here, they've got to be noticing that Apple Valley's got a bit of a jump start in the second half. Credit to Apple Valley. See what Eagan can do to get some of that momentum back.
Man-to-man defense now coming out of the timeout. Lama Badaman. I got to say this name, Dan. I apologize to the family if he's listening. Badamosi, I believe is how it's.
Lama Badamosi.
Yes, Badamosi. I was looking forward to saying that name. It's
number 12.
Number 12. He's got the ball right now. Badamosi. Nice little give and go inside. That's Patterson. Finds number 1. Ochoro in the corner. Nothing but net. Stolen away. Maturo. Little dish off. Patterson with a quick basket.
Nice play.
I feel like Apple Valley's got the energy going right now, Dan.
They're on a bit of a run. Up by 7.
17-24.
Egan's got to counter that.
Busley spins around, and that quiets the Apple Valley faithful. Busley's got his first three-pointer. Nearly stolen away in a long pass. And we're back in that man-to-man defense here, Eagan. Jack Hansen nearly stolen away in the corner. Working around, that's Patterson battling. Jack Hansen rebound. Here comes the Wildcats. Carruthers on the right side. Finds Busley, just hit a three-pointer. Maybe he can get hot. Here's Maturo, Carruthers. Carruthers working, there's New up on top. Here's Carruthers for a long three, and we got 2 threes in a row, and we're back down only 1. As soon as we said down 7, we hit 2 threes, and we're back to 23-24. 5 points by Carruthers. Off wild shot, but an offensive rebound. Patterson's kind of making a statement with his size down low.
Really working the boards hard.
He'll go to line shooting 2. Fouls on Busley, number 11. That's his first. Just under 10 minutes to go here in the game.
Emilio Patterson at the free throw line. He's catching his breath a little bit. He was really working hard with those rebounds.
Hard off the back iron by Patterson, so he'll get another though. We got a couple of subs. Lama Badamosi going out of the game. Wyant comes back in with 3 fouls. Wyant's one of their leading three-point shooters. Patterson misses both of them, and here comes Busley in the backcourt. Maturo nearly threw it to Logan Schmidt as he's checking into the game. That was a good decision to hold back on that pass. We got Maturo baseline that'll crack back here. Pass, Busley Carruthers working the paint, finds Busley in the corner, three-pointer, rims away. Jack Hansen with a nice strong rebound. On the floor goes, and McKenzie calls a quick timeout to save the possession.
Eagan takes timeout.
All right, with that, Pat, let me recognize a couple of Eagan boys basketball sponsors. Platinum sponsor Chick-fil-A, new sponsor this year. Thanks to Nick Murad and everyone at Chick-fil-A in Eagan. I know my son's a big fan. The fans at the game tonight have a chance to win a Chick-fil-A gift card and all season long with the beanbag toss and shoot for loot. Sandwiches are available at the concession stand. Thanks for the sponsorship with Chick-fil-A. Also, platinum sponsor Eagan Football Booster Club. We'd like to thank the Eagan Football Booster Club, the Ladder crew, for their great support of the boys basketball team. Coach Nick Johnson is really working hard to build a football program, and one of its keys is attracting the multi-sport athlete. We have quite a few boys on the basketball team that also play football, especially on the 9th and 10th grade level. Hoping to continue to build momentum of the football team with the sponsorship from the Eagan Football Booster Club. All right, Pat, we saw a bit of a swing. We saw Apple Valley get out 7-point lead there. Cut by 6, right, with 2 3-pointers. Eagan, what's your take? 9 minutes left in the game. What do you think has to happen
What
next?
a different second half, right? I mean, we were kind of in the defensive battles and the ball reversals and the long possessions. I mean, it was kind of difficult to keep talking here, but we've had some little more transition offense, both teams, 23-24, still a low-scoring game, but we've a lot more action here in the second half. Here's Carruthers, got a little he got a little nice back screen, and Busley shot it before he caught it, unfortunately. That was a nice little wrinkle of a play. Rebound side, edge is going to Eagan right now. Eagan's got 22 rebounds to Apple Valley's 13. Oh, he got away with a walk there. Number 22 Cunningham, but now Wyant gets that shot, and that's going to be a foul on Cunningham in that back court on George Anderson.
Just a lot more activity all the way around this second half.
Fourth team foul on the Eagles.
Yeah, I would agree. George Anderson now. George and Busley taking the guard spot, 2 guards front. New
nice
post
position.
feed. He's working against Patterson, rims around and gets it off the glass for 2. There's Logan Schmidt.
That play works.
Keep going to that, keep going. We haven't seen the post feeds except for that first possession of the second half. Got a little run and jump. Let's see if they get the wrong guy taking the wrong shot at the wrong time. Finds Patterson inside. Looks like we got to travel. Patterson wanted the foul, but he stepped that. Bill Bernard was on that call. He made the call before the ref did. Coach Pat Buchanan is being explained something by the referee. Something might have been said out on the floor. And referee said none of that anymore, whatever was going on. Ref was put a stop to something there. I'm not sure what happened. Here's Carruthers here weaving around. Reverses his action. Finds Busley on the left wing. Defended by Ewald. Good pressure by Wyant. Carruthers couldn't handle the pass because of the pressure on Wyant. And that's going to be a turnover on Eagan.
I think a key here for Apple Valley is Ewald has been their leading scorer for the season, and he's been relatively quiet tonight. I think a key will be Apple Valley's got to get him more involved touching the ball to get on track.
He's got it right now, a little fadeaway jumper over to Logan Schmidt. And there you go, Dan. That's kind of a key to their offense right now. 26-25, Apple Valley.
Ewald now with 6 points.
Egan's really turned the ball over. That's their 9th turnover. It's their 9th turnover here in the game, and a lot of those are coming in the second half here. Defensive pressure did not impact Eagan in the first half, but it is really bothering them this half. New gets picked up the foul, and that's going to be 2 free throws.
All right, let me mention one of our Boys basketball sponsors, the Old Hughes Insurance Agency, Rhonda and Dean. Longtime sponsors. Rhonda, in fact, is a past president of the Booster Club for boys basketball. Their son Kurt was a captain back in 2019. Big sponsors of Eagan basketball. Old Hughes Insurance Agency is an independent insurance agency where your policy matters.
Cunningham picks up the second free throw, 27-25. Apple Valley leading with 7.5 minutes to go. Maturo on the right wing gets a ball screened by Logan Schmidt. New on the top of the key. Anderson, now we got Maturo looking inside to Logan Schmidt. He's getting pushed off the block. That's going to be a foul on Gardner. He was giving him a knee the whole way in the backside, and he's pushing him off the line.
He's going to have to take his chances with those kind of moves to try and keep Logan Schmidt out of there. They got him on that one, but he's going to have to keep putting the body back on that spot.
Yeah, if Logan gets on that block, it's going to be a bucket all the time, so he's going to want to push him away. Owen Ford finds Maturo. Maturo working against Ewald. Good pressure there by Apple Valley. Elias New on the right side. Nearly stolen away, and almost a fourth foul by Wyant. Anderson. Oh, they're handsy. Yeah, that's going to be a foul. Spates is going to pick up a foul there. I thought he had a foul on George's catch, but when George put it on the floor, he got a reach.
After a relatively slow first half, we've got ourselves a ball game.
Yes, we do. 27-25 to that. George Anderson gets around Spates, and we got a foul call. He's going to go offensive on that one. George lifts up his wrist. Oh, no, that's going to be on Apple Valley. And that's going to be two quick ones on Spates.
And this free throw is sponsored by Eagan Arms, gold sponsor, and new sponsor this year for Eagan boys basketball. Eagan Arms is a family-owned British-style pub with great menus of traditional pub favorites. Next time you're out with your family and friends, stop by Eagan Arms at the corner of Lexington and Diffley.
George Anderson had a 1-and-1, missed the front end. And here comes Apple Valley. Wyant on the left side. Gardner, high load game, and overthrows Ewald, getting Maturo down low on the block. And the turnover, Apple Valley. George Anderson, Owen Ford, Lana Maturo, Logan Schmidt, Elias New out on the court for the Wildcats. Backdoor cut nicely by George, defended well by number 5, Cowan. Now they're stolen away by Cunningham, rebounds it off, misses the layup, and Ford follows with the rebound. Good defense. Maturo goes all the way to the baseline, turns it over by the cross-court pass. Ewald gets his hands on it, and Apple Valley will slow things down 25-27 with 5.5 to go. Here's Wyant on the right wing, gets a ball. Oh, that was a strong screen, Dan.
I liked it.
Oh, yeah, you would. I wouldn't. But Gardner just put a very legal. That wasn't as much, but another screen. Offensive rebound, Gardner finds Wyant in the corner, no good. Logan Schmitz with a big, tall rebound, keeps the ball high, finds George Anderson, and we're going to get hammered on that far side. He'll go to the line shooting 1-and-1. Cunningham with the foul.
This 1-on-1 is sponsored by Minnesota School of Basketball, MSB. Returning sponsor, in fact, owner-operator Brian Aumann is here tonight. Many boys have trained with Brian, Will, and the team at MSB. Contact the team at Minnesota School of Basketball to learn more about private and semi-private or team training.
George Anderson front end will make the first. He'll get a second. (26-27). And he will make the second. One of the things that McKenzie was talking about as far as what is he concerned about Apple Valley, and it was kind of the grinder type players of the physicality. And I think he was thinking about Gardner when he was making that comment to me before the game. Here's Ewald. He's getting double, if not triple team. Finds Cowan, though, on that backside. Here's Cowan. Puts it on the floor. That's not a travel. Finds Garden. If he would have dribbled it, it would have been a travel. Baseline penetration, and we got a jump ball coming across with Carruthers with the help side. And he grabs onto the ball, and we got a tie up. That's going to be alternating possession. That'll go to Eagan. We're all tied up here with just 4.5 minutes to go. One of the things that Apple Valley's coach Pat Buchanan was concerned about that last game is that Eagan was more composed down the stretch. And we'll see if that is the case this game as well. Going inside, working against, finds Anderson on the kick out. Liam Madigan now. They're battling inside. Keep giving it to him. He's going to get a foul here soon. Working around, goes off the outside of Gardner, and they're banging inside. And I was anticipating eventually a foul will be called. And that was Logan Schmidt, I think, was fouled on the floor. He'll get 1 and 1. Oh, it was a shooting foul. He'll get 2.
These free throws are brought to you by Andiamo's Restaurant, multi-year sponsor for Eagan boys basketball. Andiamo's mission is to be your second kitchen, catering the JV and varsity pasta feeds. Thank you for the pasta feeds here at the high school. Terrific catering for large groups, or stop by the restaurant at Diffley and Johnny Cake Ridge.
Logan Schmidt makes the first free throw. That gives us our first lead for the half. Gets his second, 29-27. So the composure of Eagan, I think, is get the ball inside. 41, Gardner. He is very, very physical. He's gonna draw some. He's gonna get fouls if we still keep coming at him with Logan.
You know, Pat, we just haven't seen either team get over the hump. When we saw Apple Valley make a bit of a run early in the second half, Eagan came back, and we're still pretty close, neck and neck. So we've got about 4 minutes. If you were in the timeout right now and you were coaching, what would you be saying about the next 4 minutes?
Well, take care of the basketball. I mean, what got Apple Valley the lead was the turnovers of Eagan, right? And so there was a stretch there that Eagan was turning it over. We had 8 turnovers. Most of them were in the second half, 9 turnovers. And we just got to take care of the ball. And right now, we're coming back because Apple Valley's turning over the ball. And so I think turnovers will be the key down the stretch here with 3 minutes to go, 4 minutes to go, whatever it is. And that's the composure side of it, right? Doing what we want to do is get the ball inside. If we get the ball inside to Logan Schmidt, Apple Valley will foul him, and Logan will go to shoot free throws, and we'll end the game that way if we do what we want to do. But take care of the basketball first, and then get the ball inside second, and we should come out with a tight win. It's interesting on the board, though, that first half, Dan, was tough defense by Apple Valley. Very physical, but they weren't fouling. They got 9 fouls this half. We got 3, and that's a big part of it down the stretch here with 4 minutes to go, because we're going to go to the free throw line shooting 2 free throws every foul from here on out. Ewald on the top of the key. Has King. We haven't heard King's name for a while, Dan. Gardner up on the top. Looks like he traveled there, and we got a turnover. Gardner doesn't think he did, but he clearly shuffled that foot, unfortunately for him. He's surprised by it. He's mad about it. We'll see if he tries to take that out on Logan.
They've got quite a battle down there.
They are fighting. They're leaning on each other, and Logan's holding his own. But Logan's got the height, and the other guy's got the girth, and they're going at it, which is kind of fun to see. They're competing. It's not dirty, it's not chippy, it's just competitive, hard-nosed ball down low. Maturo, he's got Carruthers here. Nice back door, and we got Maturo going to the basket for 2. Big bucket. Great ball reversal. Nice backdoor cut. Maturo finishes it with the bucket, 31-27. Eagan.
I really like the ball movement there. Left to right, back again. Made the defense work. They found a a crack in the defense and got a nice shot.
Kang with a hop back three-pointer, rims off, push off, no good. Offensive rebound, Ewald, and now Gardner gets a second offensive rebound. Logan Schmidt will get called for the foul. Gardner will go to the shoot 2.
Give Gardner credit. He's really been working the boards this second half.
Coach kids like that, right? He's giving it everything. He's going to go shoot 2. It's the 4th foul on Eagan right now. 9 fouls for Apple Valley this half. Hard off the rim. And we've got a couple of substitutions here on the defensive side. Wyant sits out with a few fouls. Kangs comes out of the game. 3 minutes to go here. Now we got Owen Ford coming in for Madigan.
You know, neither team tonight has really got what you'd call hot from the field or shooting. I think there's an opportunity for both teams the last 3 minutes to get on track. There's one.
Got one shot here by Gardner, 28-31. Eagan leads. The feeling of hot. We had Busley shot a 3, Carruthers shot a 3. We had 2 in a row, and that felt like a huge run. Remember that?
Yeah.
Carruthers on the right side, hands it off to George Anderson, spins in the lane, kicks it back out to Carruthers. Pump fakes to the left, circles back to the right, has Maturo baseline runner off. No, it didn't go off the glass, but he gets it through the net. Another layup by Alana Maturo.
Here comes Eagan.
Here we go, 33-28, Eagan. The composure. Apple Valley's turned it over the last couple of possessions. Here's Gardner looking for Ewald down low, but Logan Schmidt is not guarding Gardner up top because he's not a threat to score, and he was able to double team Ewald down low, but we've got Ewald going to the line shooting a free throw on a backdoor cut. George Anderson will pick up his 3rd foul. 5th overall for the Wildcats. Ewald will go to line shooting 2.
Do a sponsorship during this free throw. John Mulkern, Ballpark Realty, longtime sponsor. John's son Tanner is an 8th grader in the Eagan traveling basketball program. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, contact John Mulkern of Ballpark Realty. Ballpark Realty.
Johnny Ballpark's listening at home, I know. He'll give us feedback, I'm sure, Dan.
Love it. Thanks for his sponsorship.
Second free throw, good for Ewald, 33-29. Just under 2 minutes to go. And here we go, George Anderson. 145, Maturo. They're going to take the air out of the ball a little bit here, maybe draw some clock, but we got stolen away. Cunningham gets his hands on the ball, goes to the rim and pulls away, draws the foul. That'll be on the floor. They won't score. They won't get a free throw on that. I thought he had a layup and he kind of took away. I wonder if he lost the ball and didn't want to, you know, he didn't have it cleanly, maybe, I don't know. Ewald throw it in. Looks inside, fadeaway jumper, rims around, but pushing and shoving is Gardner for an offensive rebound. Well, he gets a lot out of his size. He's a strong kid, not very tall, but he's just working in the paint. 31-33, a 2-point lead. Eagan turns the ball over again. Ewald looking to 3, takes it hard at Logan Schmidt, shuts it off. And Apple Valley here gets it inside to Gardner. Got help side on Carruthers. Ewald up top.
Boy, Apple Valley really needs this. 1 minute left. Eagan's got to turn up the defense. If they can stop them here, they're in the right driver's seat.
Here's Ochuro on the right one, guarded by, oh, that would have been a big 3, and it's going to grim off. It's going to stay with Apple Valley. Ewald got a look. Carruthers got caught up on a couple of screens on that backside. Ewald got the shot he wanted, but he missed, and it's going to go out of bounds. 45 seconds to go. Eagan's up by 2. Apple Valley will have the ball under their basket.
30-second timeout for the Eagles.
Let me mention another sponsorship here. Birchwood Dental, silver sponsorship. Dr. Daniel and Maureen Carlson, returning sponsors. Birchwood Dental is a patient-focused, family-oriented, and conveniently located for you. Minnesota Magic. Coach Cornell Pillow, the new sponsor. Many of the Eagan Wildcats have played AAU basketball for the Minnesota Magic. The Minnesota Magic offers AAU teams for boys and girls from elementary school to high school. Zerbal Orthodontics, multi-year sponsor. At Zerbal Orthodontics, you'll find a fun, friendly, and welcoming environment in which you'll receive a smile creating care.
So Ewald is their leading scorer. He's averaged about 13 points a game, had that open look in the three. Eagan has done a great job on him tonight. He only has 7 points. And here we go. I'm thinking they're going to look for Ewald on this possession. 45 seconds to go. Wyant throws it in. Alley-oop. Ewald tips out of bounds. It's going to stay. If we were in college, they would review that probably and delay about 5 minutes of our last 45 seconds of the game.
Coach McKenzie's questioning that one. But
Wyant, good defense here by Eagan. Here's Ewald, gets in the paint, tipped away, and we got a foul that's called, and he's going to go to the line shooting 2 with 40 seconds to go in the game.
Quinn Ewald, where has he been getting to the basket?
He's been having the ball in his hands this last few possessions, but Eagan has really done a nice job with him. Like I said, he averages about 13 points a game, and he's got 7 right now. He's looking to get 9 here at the free throw line shooting 2.
Nice looking ball player.
Elias New picked up that foul, and that's going to be his 4th foul. We got substitutions coming in. Maturo and Hansen coming in for the Wildcats on their last possession or 2. Ewald makes the first, bringing their deficit just to 1. 33-32, second one. Pressure free throw here. Second one is up and away, and that's also good. And we're all knotted up here with 40 seconds to go. And what do we got for a whistle? No good. There was a lane violation. He was the perimeter player that went in front of the lane. Coach Buchanan wants an explanation. He's not going to get one, but their player went in front of the lane. You can't do that even if you're on the perimeter side. Pressure here. Apple Valley down by 1. They got a backcourt pressure. George having trouble. Tipped out of bounds. Apple Valley looking to get that ball. Buchanan wanted the ball to reverse the call because Buchanan right in front of Buchanan. It was, he believes it went off of George's leg. I didn't see it, but refs thought it went off of Apple Valley.
Again, if we were watching college basketball, we'd take about 5 minutes to replay that.
Yes, we wouldn't have had that play yet because we'd be still looking at the other replay.
All right.
So we're up 1, 33-32.
Can you feel the energy? We're starting to get ourselves a ball game here where the crowd's getting fired up, the benches are getting fired up. Been a good second half.
It has been a really entertaining second half. The low-scoring game is based on the first half where there was hardly any scoring.
Again, we'd like to thank all of our Eagan boys basketball boosters. We appreciate your sponsorship for creating the environment for these boys to be able to do their best.
This is Pat Dorsey calling the game with Dan Hope, Bill Bernard on stats. Thanks to Eagan, ETV, Nick and the crew. Does a great job in partnership with the high school with athletics and fine arts. It's just a great partnership having ETV available and broadcasting the games. Here's Carruthers out in the backcourt. Wheels around, gets double teamed, and he's going to get fouled.
You know, Pat, go back a minute there before the timeout. That lane violation was a huge call.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, and it's one of those that sometimes you don't know the rule, you know, and he was on that backside and the perimeter, and he just got too close to the baseline and got called for it. 31 seconds to go. Carruthers is going to shoot 2 free throws because they're in the double bonus, 33-32. First one up is good.
That looked good. Nice touch.
And this will be a big one to get it to 3 points. And then Apple Valley will decide, do we want to get two quick points, or do we want to go for the tie and get a 3? That's all decisions that'll be made, and we'll find out here in the next few seconds. Carruthers, second free throw, up, rims off, no good. 2-point lead by Eagan. Quickly ahead, there's Wyant baseline runner over Logan Schmidt. Loose ball, Gardner got his hands on it, and he's gonna go to the free throw line. Logan Schmidt with a foul. Gardner, another offensive rebound. He's really doing a lot of damage inside the paint with his physicality.
Yeah, credit to Gardner for that rebound. But if I remember right, he struggled to get the last free throws to go in.
He made his
a lot
last.
of pressure here.
I think he missed his first 2 and he made his last. So we'll see what happens with 23 seconds to go. Eagan up by 2, 34-32.
Crowd goes wild, making some noise, trying to create some pressure. Let's see how he responds.
Gardner's first one is away. That's nothing but the bottom of the net. And he will get a second. Another part of that pressure was that was a 1-and-1. So he needed that first one. If he gets the second, he'll get it. We're looking to tie it up here. Second one up is around and in, finds the rim, and we got 23 seconds with a tie game.
2 big ones.
George Anderson, and we got a timeout. McKenzie. We'll talk about what our last possession will be. Trying to get it inside, I would think, but we got to take care of the basketball, Danny.
That's right. But see Apple Valley bringing some pressure, bringing the ball up the court. So, Pat, take me to the huddle down there. If you had one possession, tie ball game, 23 seconds, how do you think about what you're going to do here? Are you thinking about holding it for the last shot, and if you miss it, go to overtime? What do you think?
I think you want to, but they're going to, Apple Valley is going to press, and so if you get a good press break and you're going to get a layup, you take the layup for sure. But if they cross half court and they're going to, get in their half court offense, then you take the last shot. Maybe shoot around 6 or 7 seconds so there can be an offensive rebound chance if there's a miss. But right now what McKenzie's doing is they're going over their press break and making sure they're in the right spots. A lot of the turnovers in a press is that we're just not in the right spot. You get kind of nervous, you get kind of panicked, the clock is running, and whether that's Eagan or any other team, or if it's the Timberwolves, a lot of these turnovers come just because people aren't in the right spot. So he's talking about being in the right spot, making the right play, who to look for, where's the daylight to flash to. And on the flip side, Buchanan is talking about how much chaos can we create in that back court.
But they've got to be careful, because if they foul.
Yeah, but there's fouling. There's enough time to, I hear what you're saying, but they're actually going back at a half court, and they're going to let them go. That's a relief to McKenzie, I would think. 20 seconds, they're going to go to, it's a little half court.
Man to man.
They're trapping on that backside. Here's Busley. Almost traveled. Logan Schmidt, high screen, 8 seconds to go. Picked up, loose ball. It's going to be out of bounds, and it's going to be with 3 seconds to go. Eagan dodged a bullet there. Carruthers turned his head, spun, lost the ball as the defender was coming over to double team him, and the ball just got tipped out of bounds. But if that Apple Valley, I didn't see who it was, but if he would have picked that ball up in the sideline, that would have been a layup for the win.
For the those who have DVR on their home TVs, I'd like to see if they could replay, because it looked to me like the Eagan player may have grabbed the arm of the Apple Valley player and held him back from getting that loose ball, and it didn't get called.
Yeah,
so that was a big play.
But it's only a foul if it's called, though, Dan, so it wasn't a foul, right? Especially at home. You don't get that, you're not going to get called that, hopefully.
I can imagine on Twitter, the Apple Valley fans are going crazy right now.
Possibly. All right, we got 3 seconds to go. Let's see if we can't get Logan Schmidt a ball here on the top post, and you have somebody go backdoor. There he is. Backdoor, there's Carruthers. He's going to have to crank it from about 15 for the win.
Oh,
and
so
rims
close.
off. We're getting extra basketball here. You got more time to do some sponsors here. We got a little extra minutes, 34-34. I liked that play. They flashed Logan Schmidt to the top of the key. And when that happens, a lot of times you shoot some guys backdoor, but Apple Valley guarded that pretty well.
big battle between number 8 in the conference, Eagan, and number 9, Apple Valley. 10-team conference. I'd say pretty good competition if you go back a month. Eagan won by 10, so here we go. We've got some injuries and a month's worth of experience, and you end up with a tie ball game going to overtime.
Yeah, it's been an entertaining second half for sure. 34-34, 4-minute overtime. Timeouts, everybody gets one extra timeout now. And
call your neighbors, call your family members, tell them to turn on the Eagan TV and watch overtime with us tonight.
There we go. So playoff picture, section 3, 4A, it looks like this, Dan. Eastview is probably the lock at number 1 at 14-4 sitting right now, and they've got games that they can win probably here to finish out. Park Cottage Grove is 12-6, Bloomington Jefferson 12-6 at the 2-3, and then Rosemount is probably the 4 seed at 10-8. Those 3 teams probably could juggle around a little bit in the 2, 3, 4 spot, and then Eagan's probably locked there at the 5 seed, and Apple Valley's probably locked regardless of what happens in today's game.
And here we go.
Because we got some tough teams as we finish the season, as does Apple Valley, and I don't know that we're going to be able to change or catch Rosemount, who has 10 wins on the season, whereas we got 7. Here's Apple Valley. Looks like Eagan is going into the zone defense. That's going to take a little time off the clock. 3.5 minutes to go. Wyant up on top. Now we've got Cohen, Cunningham, long 3 by Cohen, no good. We got a foul on Ewald. We got one ref calling jump ball, one ref calling a foul. See what they decide, and they're going to get overruled. I always find that interesting, Dan. The referees, they come together and they talk about it, but the guy that's not in position overruled the guy that was in position. I saw a foul on Ewald, and the referee called a jump ball, and the referee on the far side called the jump, but he wasn't really looking at the play. He wasn't looking at the hand. So anyway, that's what happens. But I didn't agree with that call, but we get the ball anyway on the jump, which was nice. Busley working his left hand there. Now we got Carruthers, guarded by Cunningham. Austin Carruthers rims around, no good. Tipped out of there by Logan Schmidt, and Apple Valley will slow things down and get set here again against the zone defense by Eagan. Wyant, Cohen. I couldn't believe that 25-foot shot by Cohen. Could you, Dan?
I couldn't, because they really have not shot the ball very much at all from the three-point line at this game, and then secondly, they haven't made the ones that they have taken from out there. So that was unusual 25-footer.
Here's Cunningham and Cohen just playing catch. Gardner now down low.
I do think it's a good move on defense to go sit in this zone, because Apple Valley has not made those outside shots.
Yeah. Here's Cohen. They're just playing catch, Cunningham and Cohen.
What do you think? Could this get another minute run off?
I think I'm going to go to the concession stand. Tell me when something different happens, okay?
I almost feel like they're going to run it down and take a timeout for the last shot.
I would. I mean, why not, right? Cunningham now back to Cohen.
You know, Eagan's not pressuring the ball.
Wyant in a 3-point corner shot, no good. Ball might have been deflected. Here again, I don't understand. Why not take the last shot if you're going to get it? Inside pass play to Logan. He's getting battled in there, banging. Reached in, tipped away, no good.
Big turnover, and we got a whistle, and what's the call? We got a timeout, Apple Valley.
Wow, and there's some physical play down low. Gardner was holding his own, and then the defense came down and dug out the ball and tipped away from Logan, and an Apple Valley ball. Here we go, minute and 20 seconds to go, 34-34.
How excited.
Yeah.
I mean, so much to process there. I'm getting fired up thinking about it. Is that you had Apple Valley down to a minute 30, and they take a long shot when they could have just held on to it. You know, the defense, Eagan was not going out on the ball. They could just swing it around on the perimeter and possibly hold it for a last shot, but they decided to take a shot Big miss, come down the other end. Looks like Eagan has terrific position. And when you know, Apple Valley knocks it loose.
Yeah. And even going back to the possession before, they did the same thing. They ran about a minute off the clock and then cranked a 25-footer. When you feel it, I guess. I never met a shot I didn't like.
That's right.
So there you go.
You know that feeling, don't you?
Yes, I do. So we're coming out of the timeout. It'll be Apple Valley's ball.
Well, I tell you what, Pat, nobody's leaving. Everybody's sticking around to see the end of this one.
Yeah. Not quite a sellout crowd here tonight. But the people who are here are entertained here in the second half. Minute 20 to go. Looks like man-to-man defense by Eagan now.
Eagan comes out of that zone. But be careful, that foul will result in the free throw.
Yep, both teams in the bonus here. Here's Ewald on the top of the key, pass up the shot. Patterson.
Now will they shoot
Ewald,
it?
baseline drive, hard to the basket, off the glass basket. That was a nice take by Ewald. We have not seen that tonight. Under a minute here, 36-34. Eagan finds themselves down 2 for the first time in a long time. They've had a lead. Ball screen here. George Anderson goes all the way to the rim. Nice ball screen by Logan Schmidt. 40 seconds to go. We're all tied up here again. George Anderson working against Cohen. Over to Ewald. It would have been nice to have some help side defense, but Ewald went through both of them last possession. He went strong to the rim. Cohen on the top of the side. We got a Choro on the point. Now over to Wyatt. They're taking their time, making sure of their shot. Ewald posts inside to Gardner, dug down by George Anderson. There's a tie-up. We got a foul, though. We got a foul on Ford, it looks like, and that'll be a 1-and-1.
Crowd does not like that call.
No, we were blocked. We could not see what that was. But Owen Ford and George Anderson dug hard on Gardner when he had the ball. And then there was a loose ball, and then there was a body flying, and maybe that was the foul. Maybe somebody pushed one, or maybe somebody dove on the ball or dove on a guy. I couldn't really see it.
He made his last 2 free throws. Let's see what he does here.
He's going to get 1-and-1 hard off the rim. Carruthers doesn't get the rebound. Cunningham, we're still tied up. And Buchanan gets a timeout here.
Huge rebound. Huge rebound.
Cunningham goes over the back of Carruthers, and it wasn't a foul. He just went above him and got a tipped it to himself, and he chased it down in the corner. And we got 11 seconds to go, and Apple Valley's going to get that last possession. Big rebound.
You know, Pat, if I'm Coach Buchanan, I'm thinking about that last strong move to the basket. Remember Ewald getting over to the baseline, going strong in the rim. Do you think that they can go back to him for the final shot?
Well, they gotta. I mean, if I'm Apple Valley, you gotta get the ball to him at the free throw line, or a pin screen going down to pop out to the wing, and then just let him go to the rack.
But the game within the game, if you're watching this from home, then you got to be thinking about Coach McKenzie knows that. So what will they do to try and keep the ball out of Ewald's hands?
Well, maybe I could see them going to a zone quick, or just at least fake a zone and set up in a zone and be a man-to-man, something like that. It'll be interesting what defense they come out in, just to kind of make it different.
Now the Apple Valley bench is almost giddy. They're really feeling good about themselves, be tied up against Eagan. 11 seconds.
Inbounds here, 11 seconds. Wyatt, Cohen now. Man-to-man defense by Eagan, 4 seconds. Ewald is nowhere near the ball, 2 seconds. Long bomber off the glass, and we got beat. Oh my goodness. Probably not the play they designed. Eagan defended Ewald, took him away from the basket, denied the reversal, and they just shot a shot that was
that wasn't
25, no, and it went off the glass and it went in, and that's how our hearts are going to be picked up off the floor when the crowd, when the dust settles. What a way to go.
the dagger.
Yeah, and but you got to hand it to Cohen. He missed a bomb, you know, a possession right before, and you know he got the shot up, you know, when he needed to get it, and went off the glass, and there you go.
Well, thanks for joining us here tonight for that ball game and Eagan TV.
We appreciate it, Dan. Bill Hope, or Bill Bernard on the stats. This is Pat Dorsey with Dan Hope. Thanks a lot, ETV, and we will see you next broadcast. I believe is next. I don't know when our next broadcast is. We got a road game, don't we, coming up? So anyway, thanks to ETV. This is Pat Dorsey signing off.